Hello and welcome to this Gran Turismo video here at Tokyo Express, which I think is for the first time ever it's been included in sport mode, which is incredible that Polyphony have got original ideas still. So, 4 laps, starting in 9th. Should be in fun race here starting from this back, and we get to watch the chaos commence as he just loses the rear end there. Up to P8 already. Now, after doing a few races on it, this is actually my first race back on Gran Turismo after not playing for a little bit. I think I did quite well. Obviously, I've ran a few laps around the track. I hate Tokyo Express, but I've gotten used to it because I've actually learned how to drive the circuit, which I think you'll see in most of this video, I hope. But anyway, as you can see, very bunched up congestion here, as basically the entire top 7, maybe apart from the leader, you could throw under a blanket here, which means we could possibly fight for the win here. We're only about 3.8, 3.9 off the lead, although we do have to get a move on, as it is only 4 laps around this track. Now this, the first lap chaos, all bunch of, I'm very surprised that everyone ahead of me, well, nearly everyone ahead of me, kept it clean going through there. That tight, twisty bend. Oh! Into the wall. He keeps it though. Bashes into the Nismo. I go a bit wide. There's a car on my inside, I think. I leave the room. We're up to P7. Might go up to P6. Give me a drag race. Yep, cleared. Could go for P5 here. Might be suicide, but we could go for P5. Not there. I thought about it. Had a look. Backed out of it sensibly. I have only just realised the car behind me is a Newcastle United car, so I wonder how much money the Saudi investment fund have got behind that car, and how well that's going to do in this race. So we're coming across the line now to complete the first lap behind the Mazda, getting a lovely slipstream, move to the outside of the Mazda, and around the outside in turn 1 I go, keep it out of the wall. No contact there, he just got a little bit tight there, but that, ladies and gentlemen, is one way to overtake here at Tokyo Express. Now I've got to be wary of the Nissan behind me. We've got a massive run through there, but I don't think he's going to try for a move as we go to the braking zone now. And that lovely move I've made on the Mazda quickly becomes undone, full throttle, and the rear end just steps out and around I go. Thank God for the ghosting system, as I drop from 5th all the way down to 9th. No, I think I go down to 10th here actually. Briefly for a moment. That Porsche, we were nearly wrecked out, overtakes me, snap of oversteer into the wall, and the race has gone kaput as by just like that, a snap of a finger, from P5 to P10. But if I've learned anything from this game, anything is possible because it's online multiplayer and some people really don't know how to drive. We're approaching the hairpin. I've got a car behind me, which is always fantastic. He's going to look down my inside. I give him the room. He overshoots the corner though, to be fair, massively, almost nearly into the pit lane. Got a car on my inside, which I think might have made a bit of contact there. We maintain P10 though, although the car behind, who went for the dive bomb at the hairpin, is now slowly trying to get at me, but he won't make the move here. And once again, car rear end just stepping out on braking. Keep it together there. Nice section there. This car ahead smacks the wall there. And this is going to allow me to gain on him, go around the outside of him. Coming up to lap 3 now. 5.3 is the gap to the car ahead. Got 2 laps to go here. As I said, anything is possible. Got a sizable gap, 8/10, although I might lose a bit of time depending on how the cars behind got a run on me there. Now back into this, would you call it a sleeping right-hander? I guess you would. double right, straight, and then another double right. This time we do not light up the rear, we don't lose the car, and we actually do a pretty clean section there. As we push forward, we gained a little bit of time on the car ahead there. We get a clean sweeping right-hander there as well. It's going to be massive this, as the deficit to P8 is nearly down to a second since I started the lap, so we are in for it here as we're coming out of this fast narrow bit. Here is that Newcastle car I was on about further up the road. Outbrakes himself, hits the Nissan, spins the Nissan out, and then parks it in the middle of the apex. I think that's a Mazda coming through, but I come through there. He just parks it, and I think he rage quits or just leaves. I don't know, but we're up to P7. We've got a chance for P6 now because the car ahead has to take evasive action. I think he clipped the Newcastle car on the way through because he just parked it in the middle of the corner. Rear end for me there just steps out a little bit, but we're gaining on. What's that? I do not know what that car is there. I might have just done the stupid there. But we are in the slipstream, we're in the tow, coming across the line for the final lap here into turn 1. I'm gonna go for it. Bit of contact there, get a little bit loose there, but I hold it together and go up to P6. That was a Porsche, by the way. Now we've got a gap due to that because I came out smelling like a rose from that. I would say a gap of 7/10. Now this guy behind, okay, thought he was gonna go for a revenge wreck, intent wreck. No. Car ahead, P5, where the highest we ran in this race is 3.5 seconds up the road. Unless he has an incident or anyone else has an incident, that's highly unlikely. I just downshifted there, got massively loose. Check the damage there real quick. This is going to allow the car behind to gain massive time in the slipstream and possibly set up an overtaking opportunity at the hairpin. Hopefully it doesn't go as horrific as the Newcastle car that just forgot where he was on the racetrack and forgot there was 2 cars ahead of him. Car behind thinks about it, doesn't go for it. I just park it on the apex. He's going to try to cut back here from the apex to get the late run out of the corner, and nothing really happens out of there. That is P6. Could have been P5, could have maybe even been more if I didn't spin out. But yeah, I say a solid race there, as I usually am. But anyway, starting P3, so we are in actual contention for a race win or a podium in turn 1. Break a bit late there. Now then, I would like you to pay attention to this lovely chap in first place, as this will not only be the first time he does this to anyone. He's got a reputation of just being aggressive. So in P1, P2, all goes, and he throws the block, throws it again. He's in Toyota. I hit the wall there, which allows the BMW to go by. And I'm here, going middle, pretty wide from the Lamborghini, trying to go around the outside. No contact. And I maintain the position from braking early, for having the car in front of me and the car on the inside. And then I throw it all away, I go wide, hit the wall, and nearly losing it. Goes into some, bails me out, and we've gone from P4 to P6. However, we're only like really a second and a half back the leader. Kind of like the first race, but this time we're a lot more closer and we're more into it. So now this is where it's going to get chaotic slightly, as everyone ahead of me is bunched up. I'm behind another BMW in this tight winding bit. He goes down the inside of the Lamborghini. Lamborghini doesn't have the momentum, tries to squeeze me then. I get free, might have the advantage of being outside. Everyone goes wide, I'm the only one who keeps on the apex. And I gain a position. A bit of contact there. I'm going to go side by side with a little bit more contact there as well from the BMW, the purple one. Up to P3 on the inside and keep it together, keep it out of the wall. There's contact there. The leader just squeezing. The other BMW, he hits the wall. And I don't know if he turned into me or I just simply just understeered or just drove into him. I don't know what happened there. It gave me a little bump after me and the BMW having an incident with the wall. And I go through on the inside with suspension damage and lead a lap at Tokyo Express. And this is going to be the longest I last in the lead. Probably. And I've got about 3 cars jostling for position behind me. As long as I just pull ahead, stay ahead, nothing bad happens, it'll be alright. Well, 5 seconds behind, great for the 100 meter board. The car behind me, same time, goes for a gap that was not even there. Costs me a wide. Fan Dabby Dozy that absolutely compromised me throughout the remainder of that. I somehow still get a better run than him out of the corner. That was not the best it could have been, as you can tell if you look at the timing score. The car behind gaining on me, the Belgian behind gaining. But as long as I get a good section here, I should be fine. Although he does have my slipstream advantage, as here he comes now. I don't even know what he's doing. He's got the inside, I'm blocking that. He goes for another gap that doesn't exist, and off I go into the barrier. It's like this going I reverse out. So you see a bunch of cars going massively wide. And would you look at that, it's our old friend, the purple BMW. Someone just spun off there. But it's the purple BMW, our old friend. Look, he's got a penalty for traffic setting there. And that's how bad we've fallen there in one corner. Someone decided to stick the car in a gap that didn't exist. From P1 to P8, gaining on the Italian BMW. He's got a penalty. We're doing quite well to keep up with him. I think someone else ahead has got a penalty as well. As there's one position, there's another one. It's the German Lamborghini. So cars we went 3 wide with, overtaking them, both due to penalties. So you can tell it was really kicked off at the back of the field. Up to P6 now, just about 2 seconds behind P5. So we can still salvage a good result from here. As we've only got we've got 2 more laps to go. Into here again. I am very far back to attempt to do what the guy who first did to me. An absolute kamikaze mission. As obviously Ayrton Senna's words still ring true to this day. In the chase for the Nissan, I believe that is the Nissan effect. Scrapes the wall a little bit. We're going to get a run on him. He didn't get one. But could eye up an attempt into the hairpin. I go there just in case he hits the wall. He does. I hit the brakes there. It's going to slow me down. Which is going to allow the BMW behind to gain a bit of time. Hits the wall again. I get out of the throttle again. I don't make any contact with him. I don't think there. Very clean and good racing there. However, that goes out the window as the BMW just hits me out of the way. Now, I don't know if that is because of the lap 1 thing, when we made contact. What I mean, I've got no clue. But anyway, the Lamborghini, I should say, re-overtakes me, so we're back down to P8. But we still can salvage P6. I don't think we can get P5. P5's quite a way up the road. But the Lamborghini hits the wall there. I nearly run into the back of it. But we keep it together. The Nissan and the BMW looking to go wheel to wheel with each other. Side by side into turn 1. Massive lot of gap there. I slid up. Used the wall to help me a little bit. To keep momentum. But the Lamborghini, he didn't slide up and hit the wall. He's going to go right by me. Well, he's not going to go right by me. He's going to go side by side. I've got the inside, but I might back out of it because I don't want to overshoot myself. He nearly gives the BMW a bump, and we made contact there. I was not listening out there, I was there, he knew I was there. But anyway, running really tight there. P5, we could actually go for P5, P4 maybe. P4's falling down here. Bit of bump drafting going on. The Nissan nearly into the wall, but it's going to be tight racing here as I'm going to follow the BMW on the inside. He's got a penalty, I'm not sure for what. He's forced another car off the track, I think. I'm not fully sure, but it's all over the car ahead there. Give him a little bump. McLaren, both overtaking McLaren as we come into the hairpin for the final time. Now, you've got to remember what he did to me before. And I won't lie, I actually kind of did miss my braking time, but I weren't intending to brake that early. So, I accidentally committed murder there. I did not intend to brake there. I was expecting to brake a little bit earlier. A bit later, I should say. But, that is about it. 5 seconds of the road is P3. And we're going to bring it home, P4. Surprisingly, no penalty for that, I will admit. I was going to bump out of the way like he did to me on the previous lap. Not to that extent. But, it is what it is. We've got P4 there. And the guy who I mentioned before, who just decided to be reckless with his blocks, finished outside the top 10, I think, there. Anyway, this is the third race I captured. Starting P4 again. And as you can see, the car's ahead of me. We've got a big jump. We've got the Mazda. We've got the guy who got forced off before. And this is going to be catastrophic again. Wheel to wheel. Or not. Keep it together. Keep it clean. Or not. To turn into a truck. It's got nowhere to go. That's P2, but I've got front suspension damage. And someone possibly behind me now. So this is going to be fun. Drifting off to the right. Now, if you think kidney stones are hard to pass, this guy ahead of me, as I illustrated before, is harder to pass than kidney stones. Believe me, because we're going to get to a point, at some point, of this guy defending. Now, there's Max Verstappen defending where it's late and it's aggressive, but it's clean and there's usually no contact. And then there's this guy's defending where it is, if you even get anywhere close to him, like to being next to him, he will panic and just wall you. Because I think I get a run from here. You might be thinking, no. But he goes wide. I think that's for the better momentum. As I come up here, as there you go, tries to wall me there. So as I said, if you think Max Verstappen defending is a bit reckless and a bit aggressive, you haven't seen anything until this man here defends. He makes Max Verstappen's defending look like Lewis Hamilton type of defending, or like Michael Schumacher defending when it isn't for a championship. We got a good final run here on the straight, following slipstream, and I am fully aware of what this man is like. We could go for a move like I did on like I did in the first race. We're gonna stay behind because he would have shut the door and that would have been game over. He's got a better run out of me because I can't have to back out of it. But as I said, the slipstream is helping us keep it. We've got over a second to the car behind. Could have braked a little bit later there, I think. But it's killed me because I've gone massively wide. It allows me to get on the throttle a bit. Got to lift off a bit. But with going wide there actually helped me because there we go. It gave me a little bump because I didn't know where to go. Brake a little bit early so we don't accidentally run into the back of someone. Nearly hits the wall there. And we're going to be going through this tight and narrow, windy bit of the corners. He hits the wall. He's just all over the place, being aggressive. I do well not to hit him or get alongside him where he's just going to wall me and kill my race. But I am closer to them where I was before, where an overtake into the hairpin is possible. However, he covers it off well. I'll give him that. He covers it off. Goes wide. And the Mazda comes out of nowhere, tries to go down the inside, but the ghosting system prevails. I think there was a bit of contact there because I think the ghosting system just decided to stop working. But anyway, through this lovely set of corners, fast and bendy at left right, I do really love on this track. I feel like my favourite. It makes so much time if you get it right. Just about got it right there. It's not as perfect as usual, but as we're coming across the line now for lap 3 or 4 to see if we can get a win, because a win would be really lovely. We haven't had a win for a bit. He hits the wall, I hit the wall, but it's not as bad as me. I go down the inside being ambitious, and he just walls me and all my momentum's gone. And he does the exact same to the Mazda, and I'm just going to spare you details. Not much happens. I finished P3. Well, thanks you so much for watching this Gran Turismo video, and goodbye.